Hey there, Dragon Ball fans. Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into the evolution of Dragon Ball video games, from their humble beginnings to the latest high-definition adventures. So, get ready to power up and join me on this epic journey. Our journey begins in the 1980s, a time when Dragon Ball was just starting to capture the hearts of anime fans worldwide. The first Dragon Ball video game was released in 1986 for the Epoch Cassette Vision, a console that might look like an ancient artifact today. Dragon Ball. Dragon Daihikyu was a simple vertical shooter, far from the fighting games we associate with the franchise now. Players controlled Goku, flying on his Nimbus cloud, shooting down enemies. It was basic, but it laid the groundwork for what was to come. The late 80s and early 90s saw Dragon Ball games transitioning to more familiar consoles, like the NES and SNES. The NES had several RPG-style games, but it was the Super Famicom in Japan where Dragon Ball really started to shine. In 1993, Dragon Ball Z Super Butoden was released for the Super Famicom, featuring one-on-one fighting that became the series' hallmark. This game introduced iconic moves and characters, making fans feel like they were part of the anime's epic battles. Other notable games from this era include Dragon Ball, Shenron no Nazo, 1986, Dragon Ball, Daimao Fukatsu, 1988, and Dragon Ball 3, Gokuden, 1989 for the NES, and Dragon Ball Z, Super Saiya Densetsu, 1992, and Dragon Ball Z, Super Gokuden, Totsugeki Hen, 1995, for the Super Famicom. The late 90s and early 2000s brought us into the 3D era. The PlayStation and PlayStation 2 were the platforms where Dragon Ball games evolved significantly. Dragon Ball GT, Final Bout for the PS1, despite its clunky mechanics, was the first Dragon Ball game to feature fully 3D models. But it was the Dragon Ball Z Budokai series on the PS2 that truly revolutionized the franchise. Released in 2002, Budokai brought a story mode that faithfully retold the anime's sagas, combined with 3D fighting that was both accessible and deep. Other games from this era include Dragon Ball Z, The Legend, 1996, and Dragon Ball GT, Transformation, 2005 for the PS1, and Dragon Ball Z, Budokai 2, 2003, and Budokai 3, 2004, for the PS2. As the Budokai series gained popularity, a new contender entered the ring, the Dragon Ball Z, Budokai Tenkaichi series. Debuting in 2005, these games offered a different perspective, literally. With a behind-the-shoulder camera angle, players experienced battles in large, destructible 3D arenas. Tenkaichi 3 is often considered one of the best Dragon Ball games, with an extensive roster and dynamic combat system. Other games from this era include Dragon Ball Z, Budokai Tenkaichi 2, 2006, and Dragon Ball Z, Budokai Tenkaichi 3, 2007. The leap to high-definition gaming brought even more changes. Dragon Ball Z, Burst Limit for the PS3 and Xbox 360, showcased beautiful graphics but felt somewhat limited in content. Raging Blast and its sequel, Raging Blast 2, continued to push the boundaries of what Dragon Ball games could do with HD graphics and expanded rosters. In 2015, Dragon Ball Xenoverse took the franchise in a new direction, combining RPG elements with fighting. Players could create their own characters and alter the series' timeline, offering a fresh and immersive experience. Other notable games from this era include Dragon Ball Z, Infinite World, 2008, Dragon Ball Revenge of King Piccolo, 2009, and Dragon Ball Z, Ultimate Tenkaichi, 2011. Then came Dragon Ball FighterZ in 2018, a game that truly blew fans away. Developed by Arc System Works, FighterZ featured stunning 2.5D graphics and fast-paced technical fighting gameplay, earning it a spot in the competitive fighting game scene. Other notable recent titles include Dragon Ball Z, Battle of Z, 2014, and Dragon Ball Fusions, 2016. More recent titles like Dragon Ball Z, Kakarot have continued to innovate, offering open-world RPG experiences that dive deep into the Dragon Ball lore. Kakarot allowed fans to relive Goku's story in an expansive world, with RPG elements and a focus on exploration and side quests. And with new games and DLCs always on the horizon, the future of Dragon Ball video games looks bright. fans can expect even more exciting adventures in the years to come. From pixelated beginnings to stunning 3D battles, Dragon Ball video games have come a long way. Each era brought something unique, and together, they've created a rich tapestry of interactive experiences for fans to enjoy. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this trip down memory lane, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more awesome content. And let me know in the comments, what's your favorite Dragon Ball game of all time? Until next time, stay powered up and keep gaming.